Hello everybody and welcome to a new Zero-Day video. For those who don't know me, I'm Yoversloft, a Zero-Day player who plays since 2015 or something like that, so quite a lot. And this is not actually the first video I upload on this channel. I uploaded something back in 2018, but then cancelled it from the channel and re-uploaded something in the past few days. I decided to do some videos like this one because I think that it can be interesting for a lot of players, newbies, medium or advanced players, to just hear how other advanced zero-day player think and maybe learn some tip or something about their gameplay. So today I wanted to show you a 1 versus 1 game I did yesterday against Valihrant, who I believe to be the best zero-D player at the moment out there. Is ranked 2 in the leaderboard, while I'm currently ranked 16, I think, in the leaderboard with an overall score of 1870. He is 2309, which is insane, man. And for the 1v1 we decided to go with a very regular 1 versus 1 match. We went for mainland balanced, so as you can see the wood lines are quite balanced. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, these two are quite far but I can reach them easily with a barrack, and he got 1, 2, 3, 4 wood lines. Then the minerals were not well distributed because I got 2 extra minerals here, but I think that this is matched by the fact that I got only 600 food extra, and he got also this 600 food plus 300 food and also other 600 food quite near to the civic center. So the map was quite balanced. We decided to go for random civilizations, so I got Athens, he got Persia, which are not the best civilization in Alpha 25, but I think they are quite balanced, not, I would say, medium civilization. And the settings also were regular: low starting resources, population limit 300, as map type random. I wanted to look at the biome, which is Aegean Anatolian. I don't particularly like this biome because I think that it kind of favors rusher players, but let's see what happens. So I will watch it with my perspective, and the starting is very classic. I send the 4 women to the berries, the 4 men to the wood line, they build a farmstead, they build a storehouse, I train 6 women, so really regular, and the cavalry to the chicken. Also, from the starting, I chose these wood lines just randomly. I think that I saw this before, but it's not that important because I saw from the minimap that in this side there were no minerals near, no berries near, so it wouldn't have changed nothing. I saw also that there was a berry here from the minimap, but I didn't send the man to build maybe a storehouse in this zone because I saw that there were no wood lines near, and so it would have been a risk of keeping them in idle time. So I immediately sent these 6 women to cut these 3 near to the civic center because I want the first house to be built really in the range of the civic center. I know that Valihrant is a very aggressive player, he will likely rush me, so I want everything. I don't want any building to be far from the civic center because I could lose it. So, after the 6 women, I trained 3 more women, which I sent to the berries, and 2 more women to reach the population cap of 20 that I sent to the wood. Then I trained 4 women more, and then I will train 4 women more. This is something I do every single time, in every single match I play, in every single 1 versus 1. Not in every single map, but in any biome in mainland. Uh, the particular thing is after these 4 women, I usually train 2 cavalrymen if I have some hunt around. In this case, I had absolutely no hunt, so I had to go for 2 women more. And after these 2 women, I always go for 4 men. Then here comes the second house. I place it really near to the first one because I wanted to create a wall of houses. In this case, there are some trees that can block me from building a wall of houses in this way. So I will go for a wall of houses in this kind of L way and maybe build something here. So as you can see now, I train the 4 men. I send these men to scouts to see if Valihrant is maybe massing some calves or I don't know what he's doing. And here comes the tricky part. I'm building a lookout. I'm building it in this way because it is hidden from the woods. Obviously one can see it from the minimap, but it's not immediate. And I want it to be built here because I want to have this zone inside. Because when I will send these 6 women to the berries, I know if he's coming with some cavalry from this side. If he's coming from here, I will see from the woodline and the lookout. If he comes from here, well, I don't think I'm that unlucky. And if I see him coming from here, I have all the time to send the women which are at these berries back and survive. Well, here I got a bit unlucky because I had the cavalryman here, so he got 1 hit, but it's absolutely fine. So after the 4 men, I train 6 more women because I want to start to farm the fields, and I immediately take the iron plug upgrade. I already took the woodcut upgrade. Upgrades are so important in the early game. I recommend to take both wood and food upgrade before minute 4. So here comes the first barrack. I build it in this position because I want to reach this wood line, and when I will have reached this wood line, I will send all these people here at this wood line here, because I don't want to split my wood lines. I want to keep only one because I expect a rush from Valihrant. Before I went here, I saw a farmstead, maybe it's massing some cavalrymen. I see that here 2 deers disappeared, so he surely has cavalry. I don't know how many he has. I want to play in the most defensive way I can play. So here I have 4 fields, which is quite good because I have also the extra berries here. I took the basket upgrade, and the population cap, well, it's pretty the same between me and Valihrant. We are booming bot, I think. Yeah, it's booming to making fields, and only 3 cavalrymen was amassing cavalry. So here I just continue to train hoplites. Yeah, here they are. Because I have no stone to produce slingers, but also 12 slingers. No, well, not 12 because I also build a barrack, but how many? 8 slingers are absolutely fine for the for before minute 6, unless obviously it rushes you with 10, 20, no, 10 it can be countered with 20 cavalrymen. That will be insane. As you can see, here comes the wall of houses. Here the women are always protected by this lookout, and here I have a storehouse which is unprotected, but it doesn't interest me if it destroys it. So I have 24 units to the wood, and here I keep 4 slingers that I will send here to the stone because I want, and also 8 men now, because I want them to be near to the CC if he comes to rush my fields. The fields must never be without men around, because if you have more than 4 fields, you can't garrison all the women inside the civic center. If you garrison in the house, you will probably get 1 or 2 kills, which are always not that good. And if you have 6 or 7 fields, you definitely need some men around that can protect you. And also here I continue to train hoplites, and I see 3 cavalrymen coming. Because I see this 3 men cavalry coming, I take these 4 slingers and garrison them in the civic center, because I want them to ungarrison and immediately attack the enemy when he approaches. So here it is. When he comes with the 3 cavalrymen, I ungarrison the 4 slingers and get some free shots. I can't get 1 kill, in fact it's 1-0, but it's absolutely fine. But I wounded them a lot, so he's warned that he cannot easily attack my fields and my civic center. So here it's practically impossible for him to rush me with a good amount of cavalry, because I have way too many men, and the booming is doing great. I have almost 100 population, minutes 7 and 30, which is not great. Yeah, I will say it's decent, but it's fine because I trained more men in the early game because I expected a rush. What's his population? Yeah, a bit less. And here I build a field quite far from the civic center, but because I have a metal mine here, when I will have men here, it won't surely rush this field here. Here I'm a bit snob. I built these 3 houses too near to the civic center, so I cannot build the 2 fields here, which is not good because I could reach 9, but it's fine. And here it is the phase 2. I recommend you to go phase 2 always before minute 10, I would say. I would recommend going phase 3 at minute 11, maximum 12, not after, unless it's a very aggressive game and you're rushed all the time. But phase 2 is required absolutely before minute 9, also I will say, because taking these upgrades, the farmstead upgrade I think I will take soon, is so important. If you go P2 and take these upgrades before the enemy does it, it's a so great advantage, because it's plus 20% gator rate, which is huge really. So here I continue to build the wall houses, here comes a second barrack, and here comes the interesting part. I see 2 cavalry archer men. Valihrant perfectly knows that I absolutely hate cavalry archer men. I hate to counter them, I hate to counter camels, and he knows that it's just so annoying to defend, because I have no units that can counter them. Slingers have a decent range, but still cannot reach them if Valihrant micros well. The hoplites are just a tank, they cannot do practically anything. So I need to find something that can counter them. That is probably towers, because towers are really good in the early game, I would say before minute 12. When the enemy is P2, towers are good because the enemy cannot have all that pierce resistance upgrades. The most it can have is this wooden shield. So here comes the first tower. Here I send a few men just to take some time. I get 1 kill, but it's not important. I mean, it doesn't interest him. And here comes the tower, and here comes another tower because I want to protect the mines. And I keep on 7 fields. Maybe I will do 1 more with this 5 movement here. And here comes the stable, because I need a unit that can counter that cavalryman. That's not probably javeliners, because javeliners have not enough speed. I mean, they can catch them, but if I catch them, he will go back to his civic center, he will get reinforcement from his infantrymen, so it's not worth it. I need melee cavalry that have, where is the speed? 18 speed, while cavalry javeliners have 16.2 speed. So here I cannot take this wood quite good because it keeps me on a high idle time level, and with these two stables I will start to train these swordsmen, and here they come. Let's see when I start training them. Let's see. Oh, I didn't start to produce them immediately. Okay, here they come. Here the tower is garrison. It's also lot a psychological thing. If you see a tower, you're less likely to go from this side and attack me, even if you don't get that much damage. So as you can see here, yes, it takes some free kill. I cannot take the wood safely, so it keeps me on a high idle time and I can produce wood well. And he also had a good number of cavalry archer, 15, which is really good because you, even if you can kill one unit at a time, it's the idle time that is important. So here come the first swordsman, and I can get some free kill here. Here is also a psychological thing. He could just keep these 15 men to kill these 4 swordsmen. In fact, I lost none. But if you see them, you are also less likely to attack. So here I set another wood line because before I had all these men idle and I couldn't produce enough wood. Here comes the market. I need to go P3 fast. Here I start to produce mercenary units, which are really good because they are immediate rank 2, and if they are immediate rank 2 they have more resistance, they have more damage, and they are basically more strong. And I just continue to produce them because I noticed that I had a good amount of metal, and Athens doesn't need metal that much, if not for upgrades and nothing else. I think maybe it is swordsman, but it's 10 metal, not too much. So here comes my attack on his base. I had 53 units, which is really good, also because I took this ranged damage upgrade and also the melee one. I prevented him from building this stone tower, which is really good. I cannot capture this temple because it's garrison, but I can absolutely take this blacksmith, which is so important because so I slow him from going P3 fast. And here at the base I have this wood line here, only a few women here. I know he won't rush me in the meantime. I have a good amount of men at the mines. I'm building the second blacksmith because I want to go P3 fast, and here I just capture one house to annoy him. And I have 60 units practically. I got some reinforcement also. And here he cannot do much, also because, as you can see, he has no skirmishers. He has trained no skirmishers. He has only archer. He doesn't even have cavalry javeliners. He only has archers and melee units. So good for me, so good, because I have units that deal a lot of damage. Here I can fight under the tower, which is not that good, but I want to damage him the most. As you can see, the population gap is quite important now, 60, 15 units, something like that. So important, so important. Here I decide not to continue because I already lost a good amount of units, like 20 units I lost. It got a lot of kills. As you can see, the KD is not that much higher for me. So I just settle back to rebuild my army. I continue to train no pleats because here I go for melee cavalry, but also a lot of javeliners. And here I go P3. P3 at minute 15, it's not great, it's good because I got this P2 rush, but it's so important to go P3 before the enemy because you can take all these upgrades. If you fight with an even number, you will surely win the fight with these upgrades. So here I have 8 fields, which is not that good. In fact, in a while I will send also these 14 women to build another farmstead here. Not very important the location because I know you won't rush me from this side, and build other 3 fields because I have cavalry production, and because if with a 300 population in P3 you always need at least 11, 12, 13 fields. Let's see how many he has. 12. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, here I just keep him not on idle time because he doesn't send many men. He has like 5, 6 men, so he doesn't stay on idle time, but I just continue to annoy him. My eco is fine, so I want him to maybe keep him on micro and not focus him on macro. So here come the siege. I think I will also barter something to that to get those siege. Yeah, it doesn't get the notification, but I bartered 500 food for wood in order to get those sieges, which are so important because I want this tower to be dead. And here I just continue to take the upgrades here too, and here I have a huge amount of men which I can send when the 2 sieges are ready. The barracks are not that much. I didn't even produce men from the CC. Here are the 3 fields, and yeah, I could have done another barrack or another stable, but it's fine this way. I saw that I was in advantage, so it wasn't a priority. So here comes the major attack. 100 units. I know that I have more upgrades than him because I see from the minimap that he's not P3, so if I fight with an even number of units I will definitely win the fight if I'm not the fire of the CC and the tower. And the tower is going to die soon because of these 2 battle rams here. Here I continue to take the eco upgrades, the fertilizer one and the woodcut one, even if I have only 6 units to the wood mat, it's fine because I'm sending these also. And here I continue to produce because I'm in wood necessity. I continue to produce metal cost mercenary units. So here the tower is done. Here comes the ram which I sent to take this barrack. The reason is not really important. I could send it to this house, but I want him to train less units. So as you can see, the fight is going well, because even if I'm a bit under the fire of the civic center, he has archers in the back, so I cannot target him easily. I lose some units because I didn't micro well at this point. I let these cavalry units die from the spearmen, but I have the upgrades, which is the important thing. I have all, not all, but I have the second and the second damage and the second resistance one, which is really good because it doesn't have them. And also I get a lot of kills, man. Here the population gap is something huge, like 80 units. So as you can see, it's just a matter of understanding what the enemy was doing, he was massing cavalry archer. What you have to do, you have to mass cavalry yourself, because there is no other, here comes the GG, there is no other way to counter those cavalry. And that's it, not that difficult. Well, I mean, while playing it's difficult because Valihrant is the best player out there, is far better than me, so I cannot call this an easy gameplay, but I can call it an interesting gameplay, even if not that hard and as others, because it's a matter of is training archer, you have to train something that can counter them. What is the only unit that can counter them? This one, swordsman. Because if you wait and maybe you focus on Nico, it will continue to keep you on idle time to get some free kills, and it will boom himself. So you won't have that free of you won't be free to boom as you wanted. So that's it. Let's look a bit at the charts. No, I exited. Well, I'm noob.